First thing in the morning, and I wanted to show you how I use my OvaCue Fertility Monitor. How you're going to turn this thing on is by holding down this button here in the middle. Then it's going to come up with the screen. It's going to be the calendar for this month. Now I've already cleared my cycles because I wanted to show you guys what it would look like when you first start it. And go down here to menu, and you just hit the down arrow, okay? And then to select, you hit that second button. Now you're going to hit the down arrow again, go to settings, and today is, you're going to set your date, your time, and then your cycle length, which that's wrong, I'm going to have to change that, and then the cycle day. Okay, so for me, my cycle length is usually 29, and I am on cycle day 3. Then you can also put in, if you take medication, you can add that as well. But I don't, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and push the up arrow and go back to home. Hit my center button to select. Right here, I'm going to put in my oral sensor. This is what the oral sensor looks like. It's very easy to use, and you're just going to place that on your tongue. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and select the O for oral, and then I'm going to hit the center button to select next once I've placed the sensor on my tongue, so I'm not going to be able to talk. And another thing, when you're doing your oral sensor, you have to do it first thing in the morning before you take a drink of water, before you brush your teeth, anything. So remember that, and that's why I usually keep this right by my bed, right next to my glasses. So I'll get up, put my glasses on, and then do this part. And there is my reading for the day. And it's going to come up, and now you're going to notice different colors on your screen. Okay, and then to shut the monitor off, you're just going to push the down arrow. Until you get over here to the word off. And then you're just going to hit select, and then it shuts right off. Okay, now here is the vaginal sensor. When your period stops, basically, you want to start using this. And when you use this, you don't want to use it first thing in the morning like with your oral sensor. You have to wait 2 hours after being up to use the vaginal sensor. So what you're going to do is you're going to insert this, okay, and you're going to feel your cervix. And most of us know what the cervix feels like, okay? So when you feel you hit your cervix, you're going to pull back a little bit, and then you're going to angle this part down into the vaginal pool underneath your cervix. And then you're just going to take your OvaCue monitor, and instead of hitting the O, you would hit the V, and then you would hit next. Once you've seen the monitor and how to set it up, how to use it, I wanted to talk to you about my experience in my progesterone deficiency. I have a progesterone deficiency, so I have to be put on progesterone when I'm pregnant. I do ovulate. I don't have any problem ovulating. However, my numbers are not super duper high either. So I'm always on the lower end, but I'm just enough to ovulate. So I'm lucky in that aspect. So keep that in mind when you're listening to my review. When you first get your monitor, you're going to get this manual, and I highly suggest that you read through this manual twice before starting to use this monitor, just so you can get an idea of how it works, what not to do, what you should do with the oral and vaginal sensor. You're going to see this color key, and this color key is just going to tell you when you're fertile, when you're not fertile, you know, that sort of thing. Now, what I'm going to tell you is that I always get a pink box, and I'm not actually ovulating. I have to look for the purple box. The purple box is my actual ovulation. And with my progesterone deficiency, I'm not sure if that's causing my oral readings to stay about the same, because I really don't get a sharp peak or anything like that with the oral sensor. Usually my numbers stay about 65 to 85, and then occasionally it will bounce up to 100. So if I wasn't paying attention, I would not see the peak in my oral reading. So I highly recommend you get the vaginal sensor. For me personally, I don't think I would purchase this monitor without the vaginal sensor. So if you're going to be investing in something like this, I highly recommend you get the vaginal sensor. With the vaginal sensor, my numbers peak, continue to rise, and then fall. So that is the only way I know that I'm ovulating, is with the vaginal readings. I don't know if I'm just not paying attention or what's going on with the oral readings, but I think just by looking at the numbers and glancing at the chart, I really wouldn't know when I was ovulating. I think it would have taken me a couple of months to really get the hang of it, but with the vaginal sensor, there was no doubt in my mind that I was ovulating. So that's why I recommend you get the vaginal sensor along with the oral sensor if you're going to invest in this product. Also, I don't recommend that you go by the color keys here. I highly suggest that you pay attention to your numbers. The numbers is what you want to look at. If you start to notice that your vaginal readings are going up and up and up and up and up, that means you've ovulated. Me personally, I use the pink box as my warning that I am going to be fertile in the next few days. So I use that as my warning. So usually I will get a positive OPK the day before my OvaCue monitor says I ovulated. So the monitor does work. I think this is great for those of you who are trying to conceive, who know you want to have more than just one child. And this is great for those of you who just want to use the natural family planning method of birth control, which is what we do. We use this right now as a natural family planning method. And when we are ready to try for another one, I think this monitor and pinpointing when I'm ovulating, especially with my progesterone deficiency. I'm very happy that I looked into this monitor and that I was fortunate enough to be given this monitor to review. So this is a sponsored review. However, I am not being paid to say any of this, being forced to say anything in this review. So this review is 100% me and 100% honest. 2 reasons I would say purchase this monitor is if you plan on having more than one child and are having trouble conceiving. If you are wanting to use this monitor after you're done with kids as a natural family planning birth control method. This monitor is very pricey. So it's one of those things where I can see why people would be like, ooh, is this really something I need? For me personally, I am ecstatic that I was able to try this product. And I know for a fact that this is going to help us conceive our next baby a lot faster than anything else. And what's nice is I can tell when a cycle is not a good cycle. So I can avoid trying in a month where I see my numbers and my chart just is not good. So for me, this monitor is amazing. I know I'm going to continue to use this monitor until, you know, I can no longer have children, basically. So I think this monitor is a good investment for those reasons because I am a natural family planning birth control person. I plan on trying to conceive here in the next couple of months, hopefully. Fingers crossed if everything goes well. The company is very friendly. They're very informative. They're very quick to getting back to you with any questions that you have. I have asked so many questions and I've got responses back. You can also ask any of the girls here that have done this review or are on the forums for help, and you get so much support and so much help from the company and the people using these monitors that it does make buying this monitor not as crazy, I guess. But I can see where you guys are coming from with the price range because, in all honesty, I don't have the money to buy this monitor myself. So I can definitely understand where some people are coming from saying that it is a bit pricey. So all in all, you know, I definitely think this is a great tool, but, you know, on the other side, I can see where other people are coming from saying it's too expensive, I can't do it. If you can afford it and you think this would be something that would help you out as well, then, you know, it does work. And it, like I said, as long as you get the vaginal sensor, like I said, I highly recommend the vaginal sensor. So I would not invest in this without the vaginal sensor. So that is what I have to say about this product. I want to thank OvaCue for sending me this monitor and being so amazingly sweet and getting back to me with all of my questions and giving me the opportunity to review this. So much for watching this review, and if you have any questions for me, especially since I have the progesterone deficiency, I know that's a little bit of a different point of view on the monitor than most of the girls here that have reviewed this. So, you know, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. No, I am open and honest. So I will see you guys later. Bye!